Hello, everybody, and welcome into the broadcast. I am Samuel Reese coming to you live this evening across YouTube, Periscope, and Twitch for some more CONCACAF Men's Olympic qualifying action. Today, Group B has opened up play after we saw some great action in Group A yesterday. I was on the call for the United States 1-0 victory over Costa Rica. Mexico would also defeat the Dominican Republic 4-1. Earlier today in Group B, Honduras defeated Haiti 3-0. And now the last game of match day one in these Olympic qualifiers, it's Canada against El Salvador. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in as the second half is just underway. 2-0. It's a Canada team who actually has quite a number of recognizable names if you're a fan of MLS, including Tajon Buchanan, who's on my favorite club, the New England Revolution. He scored the opening goal in this game. It was quite the goal, by the way. And Canada looked very solid in the first half, and we'll see what they can bring here in the second half. El Salvador, though, have had more shots than Canada, despite trailing by 2. So it should be an interesting second half. El Salvador did make one halftime substitution. Calvillo came on for Marquez. And thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Canada also made a change as Norman replaced Montgomery. Meanwhile, we'll have a yellow card come out just a couple minutes into the half. But yeah, this Group B certainly up for grabs. You've got Canada, El Salvador, Honduras, and Haiti in the group. Remember, the top 2 teams in each group advance to the semifinals, and then the winner of each semifinal will qualify for this summer's Olympics in Tokyo. Plenty at stake. This game taking place in Guadalajara at Estadio Jalisco, where we saw both of yesterday's Group A matches take place. This is back with Canada's goalkeeper, James Pantemis. Canada certainly on the rise when it comes to soccer, and they can prove just that with an impressive showing here in the Olympic qualifiers. As that goes out for a Canada throw-in, Marcus Godinho, the left back, will take it. It's a quick tournament, as I was mentioning yesterday. It's a tournament that spans over the course of just 12 days, less than 2 weeks. As that pass is cut out, another Canada throw-in, this time on the near side. Zachary Broguillard of the Montreal Impact takes it. By the way, it was Campos who got the booking for El Salvador a couple minutes ago. Here are Canada again. Buchanan to the back post. Denied was Jean Tabla. A great save by Mario Martinez, the goalkeeper for El Salvador. It seemed like it was surely a third goal for Canada. Great pass by Buchanan, and then Tabla denied by Martinez. That's an incredible stop by the goalkeeper for El Salvador. And he keeps his side in the game. A third goal for Canada would definitely make things very difficult for El Salvador. But as the Salvadorians just trail by 2 at the moment, there is still some hope. As I mentioned, they've been out shooting Canada up to this point 8-5. But yeah, Tabla would like to have that shot back. You know, he couldn't really pick his corner. He sent it straight towards the middle of goal, which allowed Martinez to get over and make the save. I'm taking nothing away from the save, but Tabla certainly could have done better with his effort. There's no denying that. He'll certainly want that opportunity back. And that's turned over by Alexi Montes. A collision as Canada come away with possession. Here is Tabla on the ball. Tight space and a foul eventually called against El Salvador. Taken down was Patrick Metcalf. Another El Salvador change on the way. It will be Villalobos coming off, and Alvarado replaces him. So that's the change made by El Salvador. We'll see if these substitutions can help. Hugo Perez, who actually, back in his playing days, was quite a good player in MLS with a few teams, is the manager of El Salvador, by the way. Here is Michael Ladissimo. That ball out wide. Won't find Buchanan. 7 minutes into the second half, a 2-0 lead for Canada in the opening game for both teams of these Olympic qualifiers in the CONCACAF. Nice header won by Broguillard. Canada looking promising here as that's sent ahead towards Buchanan. And he followed through, not getting any of the ball and taking down Gomez. It was unintentional from Buchanan, but Gomez certainly in a bit of discomfort. And a yellow card has been given to the El Salvador keeper, Martinez. He wanted to take the free kick quickly and got into it with a few players. Yeah, Rodriguez got ahead to it. Rather, it was Rodriguez, not Gomez. Rodriguez got ahead to the ball, and then Buchanan on the follow-through committed the foul. So another booking. We've had quite a number of them in this match. We had a couple in the first half and already a couple here to start the second half. Now it's another steal in the midfield by Canada. Buchanan leading the way. Here's a chance. Holding up play is Aiden Daniels. Daniels lays it back. The strike just wide. The one-time effort from Charles Brim was not too far off target. Canada certainly looking very promising in the attacking third. And so here comes the Canada throw on the near side. 55 minutes played. 2-0 Canada on top in Group B action of the CONCACAF Olympic Qualifiers. That's turned over. Here come El Salvador. And a direct ball, but way too far ahead. There was no way Hernandez was ever getting to it. That's got to be played to his feet. El Salvador have almost been too anxious when they've had possession, trying to create opportunities a bit too quickly for even themselves, as Canada will make a slew of changes now. Daniels will be one of the players making way. He'll be replaced by Raposo. And Tabla will come out for Baird. Baird of the so Baird will come in for Tabla. So those are the two changes made by Coach Biello. A clean tackle on the near side by Norman. It will be an El Salvador throw-in. Well, El Salvador trail by 2. They need to get something going here. It's not like they've had a lack of opportunities. Here's Alvarado into the middle with Portillo. Now it's on the far side with Menjivar. Nice combination play, but the final pass played behind Hernandez. That will be picked up by the Canadian keeper, Pantemis. Yeah, the final pass just hasn't been there for El Salvador when they've got into that danger area, into the attacking third. These qualifiers just so interesting for the fact that you have a Canada team who are on the rise here in Group B. We already know, Honduras have a lot of talent. El Salvador are a team on the rise too. And then, of course, the stacked Group A. By the way, for this Canada team, their last Olympic appearance was 1984. Their last World Cup appearance, 1986. So these tournament droughts have gone on decade after decade after decade, and Canada wants to put an end to that as soon as possible. And I think they're trending in that right direction to end those droughts. It's crazy how they haven't been to any of those two major tournaments since the early 80s. And then, of course, in Group A, you've got Costa Rica, Mexico, the U.S. Only 2 of all those teams I listed will be going to the Olympics this summer in Tokyo. Here's El Salvador. That cross is blocked out on the far side for an El Salvador throw-in. Looking to take it rather quickly is Menjivar. Now a strike from distance, and Pantemis let it go as it sailed over the bar. That was from way out by Renderos. El Salvador certainly not putting their head down. They're a determined side, I should say. Now it's back with the El Salvador midfield. The header contested, and it's controlled by Canada. Played ahead, and now it's controlled by Broguillard. Broguillard will look to switch it, but Buchanan's not going to get there. There's been a bit of sloppy play here in the opening 15 minutes of the second half. An hour played from Guadalajara at Estadio Jalisco. 2-0 Canada on top. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. It's only the second day of these Olympic qualifiers, but I've already enjoyed them a lot, and I've enjoyed calling a couple games now. And on Sunday at 7 Eastern Time, it'll be the Dominican Republic taking on the United States. I'll be on the call for that. And then at 9:30, it's Costa Rica against Mexico, and what should be a fantastic match between those CONCACAF powerhouses. By the way, if the U.S. do win against the Dominican Republic on Sunday and Costa Rica lose, then the U.S. will clinch a spot into the semifinals. And that game against Mexico would be for that first spot in the group to get theoretically the more favorable semifinal matchup. Another strike from distance, and it was from Renderos again. But over the bar it went. El Salvador probably not testing the Canadian goalkeeper Pantemis as much as they would have liked. Now it's played ahead for Derek Cornelius. That's just ahead of Blair, and it will be an El Salvador throw, and neither team really getting into a rhythm this second half so far. Another sunny afternoon with humid conditions in Guadalajara, Mexico. It was a 4 p.m. local time kickoff, 6 Eastern. The sun's still shining down, although a majority of the field is now covered with shade. The earlier game between Honduras and Haiti was really in the prime hours of the afternoon when the whole field was covered by the sunlight. That was a 1:30 local time kick. Here's a Canada throw-in on the near side. It's taken by Broguillard. It's won by El Salvador, and maybe they can create something. There's the strike by Portillo, but no conviction in the effort, and it rolls well wide of the target in the end. Here's Blair. Turned over by Canada. Can El Salvador at last capitalize? They're in the attacking third. This is played into Hernandez. The shot is saved. It was a bit awkward for Pantemis in the end, but he gets the job done, and it will be a corner kick on the far side. What's up? I appreciate you tuning in. What is a football match? What do you mean by that? Here's a cross sent in on the far side and sent away by Canada. Now it's back in the possession of El Salvador. In the middle, it is Cartagena. Here's Rodriguez. Just under 65 minutes in, a 2-0 lead for Canada. Oh, what am I seeing? Oh, you're saying what is the football match? I see. I apologize. I misunderstood the question. It is Canada against El Salvador in the CONCACAF Men's Olympic Qualifiers in Guadalajara, Mexico. Yep, that's what it is. Sorry, I misunderstood the question. Now I got what you were. Now I get what you were trying to ask. I apologize. But yeah, no, that's the game I'm watching. Yeah, I'm pretty invested into these qualifiers because of the U.S. I'm a huge U.S. national team fan. I know this is the U23s since it's the Olympic qualifiers, but still, the U.S. have so much potential, so many young players as well. And they beat Costa Rica yesterday. I was on the call for that game. And why not do a couple of other games as well in these qualifiers, because it's a pretty stacked qualifying tournament, and only 2 teams will go through. It's also this is also a Canada team who are on the rise, I think. So I haven't watched Canada that much because just a few years ago they were still terrible, but now they've got some pretty talented players. A lot of them. Pretty big names in MLS. And yeah, I'm just interested to see how Canada look. And because I know in a friendly right before the pandemic hit, I think it was late 2019, maybe December 2019, Canada beat the US in a friendly. And that's when I really started to see Canada and to see Canada not as a threat, but as perhaps a country to be taken seriously now in soccer. They still have work to do. There's no doubt about it. And of course, Alphonso Davies is on Canada as well, with the senior team, who's on Bayern Munich. Yes, Gio Reyna is from the United States. That is correct. Yep. We've got Gio Reyna, Serginho Dest, Weston McKennie, Christian Pulisic, Josh Sargent, Tyler Adams, The future is bright. I'm telling you that. Those are some big names in Europe that I'm listing all on the U.S. national team. Now we've just got to see them play together more often, because with the pandemic and all, we haven't really seen all of them take the pitch together. We've seen some of them now and then for some national team friendlies, but we should see a lot of those faces at the international break next week when the U.S. take on Jamaica and Northern Ireland. I do plan to be on the call for both of those games. It's a good ball played forward. The keeper out of position. And in the end, the flag, rather, it was a handball that was called, interestingly enough. Let's look at the replay here. And perhaps it nicked the left arm of Raposo. It was close, but the goalkeeper, Gonzalez, certainly got bailed out there. As another shot from way outside the box goes over the bar. It didn't matter, though. The assistant referee on the far side raised the flag. I know the U.S. don't have the best national team. Of course they don't. I mean, I can list, over a dozen European teams that are still better than the U.S. obviously, and I know that. I'm not comparing the U.S. to the top teams in the world at all. I'm just saying the future is bright for us. Because think about it. I know you're obviously not from the U.S. But like for myself as an American and as a huge soccer fan, it's been. Yeah, exactly. It's been painful, us missing the World Cup and just really soccer being kind of disrespected in this country, by some people who just kind of, make fun of the sport and say it's not popular in the U.S. And the key to the sport really taking a leap in this country will be success at a World Cup, say. And I think we could see, depending on what you measure as success, a deep run in the 2026 World Cup, perhaps. I don't know how far. Hopefully at the quarterfinals, that would be great. But that 2026 World Cup, which will be here in the U.S., that will be a huge moment for sure. And of course, 2022 coming up, the World Cup qualifiers will be in the fall of this year. I'll certainly be on the call for U.S. World Cup qualifiers. First, they got to qualify. That's the first thing after the 2018 disaster. But yeah, I'm just happy as a U.S. fan since we're heading in the right direction, I feel like. But yeah, exactly. It's better now than years past. The future is brighter than it's ever been. So no, in MLS they don't earn in the MLS they don't earn as much as European players. No, they do not. Yeah, I don't know the exact average of minimum wages, and of course we go by dollars here in the States, so I don't know how it would convert to euros. But no, I mean, for big players, like when Zlatan Ibrahimovic was with the LA Galaxy, like for some big name designated players, yeah, they get paid a good amount, probably still about maybe $10 million less than even the average player in Europe. But for like any MLS player, I don't know what the average salary is though. I'm going to look that up. But that's an interesting point you bring up. I never really, let's see, average MLS salary. Yeah, so the highest salary is a maximum of $7.2 million. So that's like for the designated players, like the big name players. But on average, I'd say, to be honest, yeah, exactly. If it's a named player, then it's around, the maximum is 7.2 million. So I just looked it up, $7.2 million. So, and then, but for the average MLS player, maybe $1 million if they're lucky. It could be, 500,000. So yeah, that's Obviously, European clubs have a lot more money. As Bladissimo has come off for Diaz, by the way. That's the Canada substitution made. 72 minutes played. Thanks, everybody, for tuning into the broadcast. You love Dos Santos? Yeah. Dos Santos is certainly fun to watch. Yeah, it's like 8 to 9 million euros. That sounds about right. Yeah, I think it's like maybe 1.25 euros for like 1.20 euros for every dollar, something like that. Here come El Salvador down the right wing. In possession is Munoz. And a foul will be called against El Salvador. A very interesting call. A free kick awarded to Canada. Canada with a 2-goal lead, trying to see out the rest of this match and earn 3 points in their opening match in Group B. It looks like an El Salvador player is down on the near side, perhaps cramping up a bit. It's Perez, who seems to just be cramping. Yeah, exactly. Around 1.15 to 1.20. Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. Yeah, I remember when I went to Portugal with my dad. He had to transfer all of our money, or convert it rather, into euros, which is pretty cool. All our dollars into euros, and I brought some euros home from Portugal, which I still have. It's pretty cool in case for when I go back. As Cartagena is coming off, his replacement is Portillo. So 2 more changes for El Salvador. And El Salvador and Canada each with 1 available substitution remaining. As that goes out for a corner kick, Canada with a good opportunity from a set piece here. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in, by the way. Looks like we got a pretty good viewer count over on Twitch, so I appreciate that, everybody. If you enjoy, make sure you subscribe. That would be greatly appreciated, as always, or follow, depending on what platform you're tuning in on. This corner kick played short. El Salvador steps up to the ball. Here's the cross to the near post, and it's deflected out for another corner kick. 15 minutes remain. It's a 2-0 lead for Canada. And so here comes the set piece. To the near post. Raposo sent it in towards Brim. It comes back out, and the shot from distance deflects wide of the goal. And guess what? It'll be another Canada corner kick. All right, you're going to sleep. Oh, you have a match in France today. All right, good luck. Good luck. Yeah, it's late where you are, isn't it? What is it? 12:39 in the morning? Yeah. All right, well, good luck in your match. The 5th corner for Canada here, the 3rd in succession. Canada taking its time on this corner kick. Standing over it is Raposo to the back post, headed into a dangerous area by Buchanan. And now it's cleared downfield by El Salvador. Yeah, it's 12:40. Wow, yeah. All right. Then you better get some good rest for your match. But I appreciate you stopping by. Oh, it's a nice turn here. Bryn, wide for Broguillard. Broguillard looking to get a cross away. But in the way of that effort was Portillo. Throw in by Broguillard. It's laid back by Bear, and the left-footed strike from Brim is blocked. It comes all the way out to Derek Cornelius. All right, see ya. Have a good night or morning. I guess it's already morning there. As that was lost by Broguillard momentarily. One back by Canada, who seem in control these last few minutes. It's sent forward by Buchanan, and getting there is Marcus Godinho. Now it's Buchanan. Raposo. Back to Buchanan, who goes down in the box. Nothing called, and we play on. The referee was confident that the challenge was not worthy of a penalty. It remains a 2-goal game as Metcalf sends it back to the keeper, Pantemis. I'll tell you what, selfishly as a Revolution fan, I'm so glad to see Tajon Buchanan, playing for Canada in these qualifiers, getting to represent his country. He had such a spectacular season with the Revolution. It was a breakout season. That's what it was from Tajon Buchanan. And good to see him getting on the score sheet this afternoon, even though as a U.S. fan, I do not like Canada, but hey, their growth will only help CONCACAF. So, when it comes to soccer, I hate Mexico much more than Canada. That's for one. In hockey, my hate is all with Canada. But not so much for soccer. As Brim commits a foul, can El Salvador salvage something late? They still trail by 2, and time's running out for them. A little over 10 minutes to play at Estadio Jalisco in Guadalajara, Mexico. The second match day for both groups A and B will take place down the road in nearby Zapopan, Mexico, at Estadio Akron. That went out for a goal kick, and Godinho's momentum brought him right into the advertisement boards, and he knocked it right down. And it looks like he knocked out the screen. It's not functioning on that far side. Godinho with an innocent look afterwards. Now a yellow card will be handed out to Diaz. So Diaz is booked. Oh yeah, there's the studs on the cleat of Menjivar. That's why he was shown yellow. And Diaz actually is of Portuguese descent. His parents are from Portugal, and he's played for the youth teams at Sporting in Portugal, who are, of course, having a great season in the Portuguese league, currently atop the table, looking to win the title for the first time in forever. And a little too aggressive there was Hernandez. A foul called against El Salvador. Yeah, and I can't stress enough in the group stages how important that first match is. Obviously, it's not the end of the world if you lose, but the odds are against you if you lose that first match. And if you win, on the other hand, you're most likely going through. Buchanan ahead into Brim, and the referee looked to play advantage, but it will come back as a foul is called. And how about another yellow card? Both teams getting into it now. The tempers flaring just a bit. The referee will have to take control of the situation. And if you're Canada, you've got to act intelligently. You can't get involved. You can't let your emotions get the best of you. It was Gomez who was shown yellow. And so here comes a free kick in a very dangerous area. Canada can certainly score a third here. This is within the range of the likes of Diaz, Buchanan, even Cornelius maybe. We'll see who ultimately steps up to take it. It looks like Diaz wants to take it. I believe Diaz is the youngest player on the team, by the way. And you're pretty young if you're the youngest on a U23 team. But he wants to take it. You got to give him that. As the final Canada substitution will be made here. Making way is Charles Brim, who certainly had some bright moments. Farsi will come on. Plenty of great options off the bench for this Canada team, that's for certain. And so here comes this long-awaited free kick. It'll eventually be taken. 85 minutes in now. We're 5 away from second half stoppage time. El Salvador set up the wall. Looks like 4 are on that wall. And it will be a shot from about 6 yards out of the box. And it's driven right into the wall. Played ahead towards Buchanan. And now it's played back by Blair. And that's stolen by El Salvador. El Salvador take it the other way. But the opportunity was short-lived as it's won back by Canada. What's going on, Jose? I appreciate you tuning in. Which players are in European leagues from Canada and El Salvador? I don't know. I honestly don't know the El Salvador roster that well at all. By the way, keep in mind, Jose, these are the Olympic qualifiers. So these are the U23 teams, but I assume you're referencing, the senior team, the national team, not U23, because these are the U23 teams. So it's a lot of young players. But when it comes to the senior teams for both Canada and El Salvador, for El Salvador, I think a lot of them, play in most of them play in Central American leagues. Some of them, I think, in El Salvador, others, in Honduras, Costa Rica, maybe a few play in MLS or Liga MX. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know the El Salvador roster too well. I do know the Canada roster a lot better. And for Canada, obviously, you have Alphonso Davies, who plays with Bayern Munich in Europe. He's the only Canada player I can think of, though, that currently plays in Europe. A lot of these Canada players play in MLS. Like Bro Guillard is on Montreal. Tajon Buchanan is on my local MLS club, the New England Revolution. There's like 4 Canada players on this team that play for the Vancouver Whitecaps. There may be 1 or 2 others that play in Europe that I can't think of at the moment. But mainly for Canada, it is players in MLS. Obviously, Alphonso Davies is the huge exception. He's been absolutely brilliant with Bayern Munich. But yeah, mainly it's not many of them go overseas. As this is an attempted clearance by Rodriguez. He does win the goal kick as it's deflected out of play. El Salvador certainly up against it. 2.5 minutes until we reach stoppage time here in the second half. Thanks everyone who's been a part of this evening's broadcast. Sorry I could only do the second half, but it's better than nothing. I had to I was on the call for my high school's football game this afternoon, so I will be on the call for the United States match Sunday night against the Dominican Republic. I cannot wait for that. A look at the Group B live standings. Through one match, it's Honduras and Canada atop the group with 3 points. Then it's El Salvador and Haiti, each at the bottom with no points. And here come El Salvador down the right wing. It was 2 first-half goals from Canada that have been the difference. Tajon Buchanan with a great strike to open up the scoring. He had a breakout season with the New England Revolution last year, of course. Played college soccer at Syracuse. Canada just trying to see this game out at this point. Hasn't been a pretty second half from Canada, but they're managing the game quite well, not really letting El Salvador threaten at the other end. There hasn't really been any big save that Bentemis has had to make. A nice steal here. The through ball couldn't get through. Buchanan was making the run, but it was cut out at the last moment by El Salvador. Canada have had plenty of opportunities to score a third. But yeah, we're really seeing how bright the future is for this Canada team. So much talent that's developing. A lot of well-known players on this Canada team from MLS. Here come El Salvador. Can they get on the board at last? The driven ball played on the ground, sent away by Cornelius. Cornelius on the Vancouver Whitecaps. Another El Salvador throw. We're seconds away from stoppage time. And there's the board. 3 minutes added on to the second half on a beautiful evening in Guadalajara, Mexico at Estadio Jalisco. Here's the deflected strike. No problem off the bounce. Bentemis looking to preserve the clean sheet. Yeah, there's as I mentioned, Godinho and Diaz are two examples of Portuguese immigrants who moved to Canada, and they decided to play for Canada internationally. And Diaz, who's still really young, who came in as a sub, and we saw him take that free kick moments ago. As I mentioned, he's been doing very well with the Sporting Academy over in Portugal. As we are about 2 minutes away from the full-time whistle, Buchanan's fouled. Free kick for the Canadians. This is really a wide-open Group B. That's for the taking. Earlier, Honduras beat Haiti. It was a wild, really, pregame, I guess you could say, for that match. Haiti apparently did not follow the COVID protocols, or at least half of the team didn't follow COVID protocols, and they took their first COVID test just yesterday evening. So about 5 players could not dress up for the match. And remember, there's just 17 on the roster that are allowed on the roster. And so 17 players didn't dress up, but you had to have 3 available on the bench. So the COVID results for those remaining players came midway through the match. So Canada started the game Haiti started the game with 11 players. That's it. No one on the bench. And their goalkeeper was one of them that couldn't play because he was awaiting his COVID test result. So they had to put a field player in goal It was really a wild sequence of events and a real disaster to start these qualifiers for Haiti. And it was 3 first-half goals for Honduras that got them the easy and expected victory. As this is chased down by Rodriguez, a foul is called. Free kick for El Salvador, and just half a minute remains now. Canada are going to take 3 points in their opening CONCACAF qualifying match. I appreciate that, Jose. Yep, U.S. the CONCACAF giant, absolutely. Yeah, you'll be listening Sunday. I appreciate that. Yep, I look forward to being on the call for that match. I'll try to be on the call for every U.S. match in these CONCACAF qualifiers. Olympic qualifiers, that is. I love doing it, and I love calling U.S. matches in particular. It's a whole lot of fun. And I'll also be calling some other select matches like this one. What makes these qualifiers so entertaining is that there's so many talented sides, and just 2 spots up for grabs. Only 2 teams out of the bunch will qualify for Tokyo this summer, and there is the full-time whistle. Canada take care of business. A 2-0 victory over El Salvador in this CONCACAF Olympic qualifying opener. The senior team hasn't played since before the pandemic. The U23s take the pitch at last, and Canada get the result they were seeking. And we all know how important that first group game is, and Canada get the job done. It's 3 points for the folks north of the border. El Salvador, meanwhile, will have a critical match on the way Sunday in what will essentially be a must-win for them. And Tajon Buchanan has to be the man of the match. Who else? 2 goals in the span of 4 minutes, and 2 beautiful goals in their own way. The backflip as well, which we saw him pull off multiple times last season with New England. You got to love the celebration. I'm sure the coach doesn't. But we take a look at the Group B standings after match day 1. It's Honduras and Canada atop the group with 3 points. El Salvador and Haiti, no points. The results on match day 1 in Group B: Honduras 3, Haiti 0, and Canada 2, El Salvador 0. The Olympic qualifiers roll right on. Sunday, 7 Eastern, it's the Dominican Republic against the United States. And then it's Costa Rica against Mexico in a great clash at 9:30, all in Zapopan, Mexico, at Estadio Akron in the nearby suburb of Guadalajara. That's all from Estadio Jalisco. Tajon Buchanan puts on a show, and he leads Canada to a victory. 3 points for the Canadians. The result they were looking for. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, and I'll see you next time. So long, as match day 1 is in the books in the men's CONCACAF Olympic qualifiers.